Hi, my name is Gillian Burt. Throughout 2014, I've been lucky enough to be part of the Education Changemakers program. Education Changemakers exists to help teachers and school leaders become changemakers who are capable of solving our toughest educational challenges and turning good schools into great ones. Their aim is that every class has a great teacher, every teacher has a great leader, every leader has a great community, and every community has a great school. Our school is one such school. We are a great school, we are a public school, we are a city school, and we receive no more funding than any other small state school. Our motto is education through community and community through education. This is our school.
I'm Craig Murphy and I'm the PNC President at Spearwood Alternative School.
What drew you to have your children at Spearwood Alternative in the first place?
Well, that's easy for me. I'm actually a teacher myself, and having learned at university about what was best practice teaching, it was fairly obvious to me that this was one of the only schools around that actually does best practice teaching. And interestingly, we'd been here for a little while, and just watching the teachers in action, it was really obvious that they were all just top-notch teachers. There's a couple of national award winners here, and every time I come here to this school, it's just amazing. Not just for my kids, but for me. I walk in the door and everybody is just helping in so many different ways with the kids. Anything from just sweeping outside the classroom to organising the entire art program and volunteering for a whole term. It's just incredible what the parents do here. So, combine the teachers, amazing teachers, incredible parents, and it's just amazing. And I think as well, I met a couple of kids early on, and having been around children myself for a long time, I was quite shocked at. I thought, what's wrong with these children? They're so confident and they're so friendly. It's so unusual. They're not being silly just for the sake of it. They're actually being really confident, and they could come and speak to any adults. And so I really like that in the kids as well. So I thought I want that for my own children.
Okay. We let the kids make a lot of choices with what they want to do. So at this end of the school, even though you've got a curriculum you're following, you're letting the children make a choice about how and what they do. So, there'll be a list of activities and they'll choose when they feel like doing them, how they want to complete them. Sometimes it's with a teacher, sometimes it's not, depending on the activity. So, and it helps them to become more self-directed. They're in charge of their learning, they're in charge of their timetable for the day. They know what they need to complete and they can just work through it. From the feedback I've had from student teachers, and over the years I've had quite a lot, is that this is the only school that they've seen that actually fits what they're taught at uni, or what they're led in the direction of at uni. So at uni they're given all of these great ideas, but when they go into schools it's not quite like the ideal situation. Then they come here and go, oh, you can manage to do maths program without having everyone sit down at the same spot doing the same thing. So it's where they get to practice on how to do things that they've been learning in the full sense of the word, I suppose.
Well, in the kitchen we collect food which the gardening people have prepared, and we take it up to our to our kitchen, and we prepare food weekly.
And in the garden we harvest plants and water plants and plant plants. And we also test the soil for like pH, and we do experiments like our latest one was whether soil, silver or sulfur worked better and produced more vegetables.
Yeah, well, as our school states, it's education through community and community through education, and yeah, that's a really strong part of our school. Obviously, with our open door policy and our spring fairs, yeah, it's really inviting for the parents, and they can help them come down. It's great.
Okay, my name's Jodie Joyce. I've worked at the school for 8 years on and off, and I'm working in Mungana, which is the senior class, and I've had that role for the whole 8 years that I've been here. A level 3 teacher.
What drew you to Spearwood Alternative as a place to teach?
Spearwood Alternative is so different from a traditional school, so I like working here because it's such a community base. There's only 100 students, so everyone knows each other, and it's a really warm sort of extended family feel. I also like the fact that the kids get to make, the kids are involved in decision making, so it's student centred. They get to decide certain things within the framework of the curriculum. Obviously, there's things that we need to do and things that have to happen, but within that framework the kids get to make a lot of decisions. So I find, like for example, even creating class agreements, class rules, the kids put their spin on it and their words, and I like that they're involved in that.
Hi, I'm Denise Stone, Principal of Spearwood Alternative School.
How long have you been here at the school?
I've been at the school since 1995 when I arrived to be the pre-primary teacher. I held the role of pre-primary teacher until 2001, and since that time I've been the principal of the school.
What little programs and opportunities do the kids get, such as Rock and Water and Harmony Groups, that helps them interact with others in the school?
Okay.
Along with the community.
Right. So you know a great deal about the school. You know that Harmony Groups was established for exactly that, to create a culture of connectedness across a community, that in Harmony Groups our senior students take a leadership role with the adults stepping back into an elder position of mentoring and training and coaching while they foster the partnerships and active engagement in community between the children kindergarten to year 6. You understand the structure involves all of the families. Well, as I say, the parents are there modelling the enthusiasm for learning. The parents are also, with anything that goes on in the school, the parents are in conversations continually with the staff, with the students themselves. They expect that the conversation is broad and round, and that deep thinking about children's learning is the basis for what we're about.
Ready?
Pips, Luna, Ruby, Sophie.
And you guys are in what class?
Kawinda. Kawinda is year 1s and year 2s.
Yes. Yeah, and who's the teacher?
Christine and Nancy.
What do you guys like learning in Kawinda?
I like science. I like maths. I like science. And I like art too. Yeah, actually art is my favourite. And literacy.
You guys like doing the cooking in the kitchen?
Yes! We cook coconut pancakes and pasta. Sometimes. Last time. And once we cook pizza. In winter we cook stuff like soup and pasta. Yeah. And then in summer we cook cold stuff. Like smoothies. And
20 people in the house.
yeah, 20 people. One, 2, 3.
And Okay, one last question. First I'm just going to point at you and you say Harmony Group. Ready?
Purple, purple, green, purple.
Okay, so I'm Deb Fitzpatrick and my children are Jerry, who is 9 and in Bakuba, and Pippa, who is 7 and she's in Kawinda, and I'm on the P&C as well as being a parent.
Alright, and what drew your attention to Spearwood Alternative School as a place for your children to go to?
That's a good question. Well, a really good friend of mine had her children at the school, and she said to me that she just thought it was an amazing place and the closest thing to joyful learning that she had seen for younger children. So I went to the school and saw what was going on and just sort of fell in love with it as a intelligent, safe, creative place for our kids to learn.
What one word would you use to sum up the Spearwood Alternative School and the community and everything that it aims for?
That one word for me would be community. Everything that is good about it is done with a community approach. The staff, the parents and the students all connect professionally and socially, and what we do as a small community, as a school community, is we also reach out to our greater community and get involved in the communities around us. So that's it. Community for me is how it works and why it works so well.
So when I came here first for a spring fair, the whole community had created a really amazing event here, and the school was just generally very warm and friendly and had a sense of community that I appreciated and I wanted in a school.
I really liked the fact that it was very student-centred learning, which is what I had in primary school growing up, and I really liked the fact that the kids and the parents had a lot of input into the school and to how it run and how they organise their day-to-day process. I really liked the fact that it wasn't just to drop your kids at the school gate and run away, that they really encouraged and hoped for everybody to get involved in the whole community.
What would you say the one word that best describes the Spearwood Alternative School community?
What would you say, Rosabelle?
Maybe community.
Love. Oh. Respect.
That's a good one.